Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. Hopefully you guys have a good week, especially when the market actually surged crazily on last Friday itself, or perhaps the last week, right? So let's take a look at what's happening on last Friday. We can see that Dow, wow, a great jump of 700 points on hot jobs report. As we know that last Friday is a non-farm payroll and unemployment rate data. Due to the positive data, most of the shares or most of the index has actually surged even higher. But what causes this? Because a lot of people is still worried about the Fed, interest rate increase. But ultimately, people is short-sighted. They see that because of firstly, the US actually passed the debt. I'm right to say, Biden passed the debt, and then it's a good sign because it prevents the default. But ultimately, like I said, this debt ceiling pass will be happening no matter what, right? US will not default themselves. All right. So, however, the whole market take it as a good sentiment, and then it make the market to go even higher. Not only of that, right? Not only of that, I think Norfolk Payroll came out above the expected data, which is way higher. The strong employment data by right, it should pressure the stock from growing. To be frank, because it will give Fed the excuse, all right, to continue the interest rate hike. But however, the unemployment rate was higher than anticipated. All right, so it's a contradict as well. So no matter what, this interest rate hiking has been start of the year, and right now it seems like almost half a year go through. I think market has been stagnant, or getting it's not so important to them at this point of time, because no matter what, after increasing so much, there won't be a double up of increasing interest rate going forward. So if not go up, what can we be? It can be only the downside, right? That is why the debt ceiling approval, all right, actually outweighed the market panic on the interest rate hike again. But definitely, if things has not hit their, the burning effect have not hit them, they will not feel the hit in the market right now. So the market is actually at an extremely bullish. If you can take a look, like for example, S&P 500, or for NASDAQ, for Dow Jones, everyone searched all-time high. But like I said, we don't predict the market, we follow the trend. Since the trend is at the high side, we can follow it, but at a cautious method. All right, we'll talk about it later. So this is what happened on last Friday itself. The easing concern of US debt ceilings give the good sentiments itself. So I think it outweighed the worry of the interest rate. But no matter what, still have to be cautious at your side, because we never know. This jump up might give an excuse for a rate to write it down. All right. So if let's say the whole thing is not going upside, it's at the at bottom, and when they stop, they continue to hike the rate, it would get more worse off, and it's more ugly, right? So by then, before that, they make a stock, or they paint the pictures nicely, make the stock go even higher, and when it drop, at least it will not that bad. So there's a lot of reason, or a lot of noise in the market at the moment. If let's say you are charting, just follow it as what you chart, right? So let's take a look at firstly, we are going to NASDAQ. All right, so for NASDAQ itself, this is what I mentioned, right, last Friday. All right, let's take a look. Last Friday, the latest is 27 May. As you can see, high chance that it may hit Fibonacci 61.8%. This is the weekly chart. Looking into the daily chart, as you can see. All right. So based on what I charted in my Facebook page, all right, high chance, right? You will hit. So where are we? It actually hit 14,400. Registered 61.8. Pullback, but it short lifted, the market went even higher. However, for this few candle, I am kind of like cautious at this point of time. When the market is too greedy, you got to be fearful, right? And then when the market is fearful, you got to be greedy. Right now everyone is greedy. Try to ride on this bullish trend. That's why you got to be cautious. Firstly, he hitting 61.8%. That's the first thing. Second thing, most of the NASDAQ counter is actually on the high side, but doesn't mean it will not continue to go up. Alright, the good point is that on the weekly candle, it at least closed above 61.8%. It's just a tiny candle. You might not see any strength. So we will monitor closely if any close candlestick and carve the weekly, which take a week, and it close below 61.8%, and then it may not sound a good sign. Alright, ultimately we can look into the VIX itself. The VIX, which I mentioned, that ceiling turns sour, may spike the VIX upward, but it didn't, right? It go through, that's why the VIX go down. Alright, right now we're actually hitting the zone between $15 to $20. This is the zone. Below 15 is actually the greedy in the market. Alright, everyone feel complacent, this kind of thing. That's why I am start to worry and concerned about, but doesn't mean the stock will not go up, because it can be 15 for quite a while, right? As you can see. True or not? So we never know. We don't predict. We just ride with the trend itself. Okay. So let's go to Dow Jones. For Dow Jones Index, let's take a look. Okay. Let's take a look. So you can see what I have did is that I'll just shift the arrow over. We will be looking back to 34 to 34.3k once again. Alright, last Friday on the weekly chart, it closed at 33,762. There is still room for it to go higher. Alright, there is room for it to go higher. So as usual, let's take a look. Today is the 4th of June 2023. Resistance, buyers, sorry. I'll just say buyers upside 34k to 34.3. Alright. Okay, buyers upside. So this is what I am looking into and charting for. Okay, so next thing we'll be looking into alright, Hang Seng Index. I did mention this on last week video, alright, 27 May. Hopefully to see a false breakdown, okay, and go above 50% Fibonacci. So what is this about? This is Hang Seng Index, right? This is, we have been talking about 20,000. Firstly, is a crucial support. It failed, it penetrate lower. After that, it breaks 61.8%, go to 50%, and it break. This is what I'm saying. If it break, alright, and it come back, it's considered a false breakdown. Alright, so right now we will take it 50%, 18,700 as a support first. Alright, but it's a very, very minor, like a pivot point, because once you go back again, and then this false breakdown might become a real breakdown, right? So we shall see. Let me write up 4th June 2023. Alright. Sub pivot at 18,700, 50% Fibo. Alright, if price close below 50% again, may not be strong on the bull side. Alright, so we shall see how does Hang Seng performs right now. Alright, hopefully it will go more higher, and then it touch the first resistance of the descending line. Then we will see whether it will penetrate. If everything go above 20,000, perfect. Then we will be on the bull side once again. Alright, so this is what we will be watching on for next coming week. Then next thing, finally, my darling, C3AI. As you guys know, I've been talking about this stock since the February, right? Since the February, and then I've been talking about this stock since February till now. And on the 5th March, I even write the TP will be the IPO price at 42. Alright, 1st of April, someone shorted it, and then I still buyers at 42. Target on last Friday, I still mentioned on 42. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is the weekly chart. That means we are here previously. Okay, on Monday itself, the stocks actually hit 42. Alright, Monday close, Tuesday open, price kept up 37.7 all the way to 43. That is what I think Nvidia bring it up. Thanks to them, because AI, right? So due to that, it hit 42. Alright, it hit the 42 area and slightly above. If you have took the profit, congratulations. Alright, if you have right in and enter and buy the high side, then you can't blame me. All right, the reason because we have been talking about it, dollar cost averaging around 18, 20, 22. I think right now go to 42 is actually one fold. One fold meaning to say it's a twice of your capital that you invested, right? Times 100% fully returned. So if you have been holding since then, congratulations. I think it's good for you to end the call at the end of the year and you can take a break. All right, but however, the pullback and the huge drop firstly is due to the earning. The earning is at a good side, but I think it provides a soft guidance. Soft guidance meaning to say the company is saying that the next quarter will be earning slightly more, but not that more to what the market expected. All right, and that is causes the disappointment in the market itself. All I can say that it actually is a profit taking right now. Ultimately, this company is still not in the in the green profit at the moment, right? Any good profit is good profit, right? So a lot of people actually took when it hit the IPO price, and that what causes the market to come down. So since the market is already down and we want to ride on the AI trend, what will I suggest? All right. So ultimately, I will look more on the downside for this stock first. Okay, for C3, this is a short-term basis or long-term basis. You can continue to ride. I think AI is a trend right now, right? On a short-term basis, we may see some more downside. Perhaps it go to the previous support term resistance, which is this area. Alright, we may see it go to this area, 24, 27. Alright, let's take a look and let's do some writing. 4th June. Alright, may see more downside to 24 to 27 support area used to be resistance. Okay, we will see that and then we'll determine the next move after more price actions. Okay, price actions meaning from the candle. So this is what I'm looking at. Alright, for C3 AI at the moment. Of course, definitely there's another counter which I mentioned. If let's say your heart is stronger, you want to speculate on the speculative counter, you may consider on GFAI. Alright, so GFAI, even though C3AI dropped, but this is constantly, slowly increasing, day by day, 8%, then after drop back, then 3% upside. So it's not that worse off compared to C3AI because it have run off. Alright, and this stock, firstly, the market cap is small. Take note. I better write it down to say that I didn't warn you guys. Alright, if you want to join in. Market cap small. Alright. Easy speculate. So, super risky counter to join in. Brave soul to play. Alright, so this is what I mentioned. So if you have decided to take 1% of your capital to give it a try, the return might be huge. Alright, I'm looking at first resistance $10. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at. Right around here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. First resistance $10. Okay, so ultimately it's up to you to decide. I won't force you. Next thing we will be looking into SQ. Alright, block. Alright, not SQ, the airline, is the block. This counter, good thing on the weekly basis. Alright, we can see some divergence here. Let me show you guys. Okay, we can see some positive divergence. The price, the RSI has been trending upside. Alright, the price has been stagnant down. This is the first divergence. Second, the price is actually at the alright, so you can see. So for block, we will be looking it's a good chance to do a quick hit up. Alright, so I'm looking around this area. Okay, let me put it at 87.50 cents. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Block. I am more biased of the upside 548, and then this is where we will be writing on the text. Okay, so 4th June, buyers upside, RSI bullish, divergence. Alright, TP around 87.50. Okay, so this is of course, support. Alright, for support, you can guys, if let's say you are more, conservative, if we go below this candle, will not be a good sign. So I will put it at 57 instead. Alright, so 57, the first immediate support area. Okay, ultimately, the second support we should go at here, which is the 54.70. So I was 54.70. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at. Buyers for it on the upside for SQ. And then next counter, we will be looking into US oil. Alright, for US oil, just watch out because there is, what happening on the oil itself is, I think there's a meeting for OPEC. Prepare for the weekend meeting after Saudi warns speculator to watch out. So what it means is that the whole market is actually thinking that, they are trying to short the market is because the consumer or the economy is not recovered. They may not recover so much oil. So will they cut the production or not? We're not sure. But if you go in to read more on the news itself, right? I think the market also called the bank, the analysts, they are all expecting Saudi to cut it, but we don't know what their take at. So be caution when news come into play. It can easily break the good strong support area. Alright, so if you want to nipper a bit, that means you want to go in small sum, small capital, always put a tight stop loss itself. Alright, my view for it didn't change. Support will still be here. Alright, view for it didn't change. Alright, it's still the same. So let's take a look at last counter for the day. Alright, it's actually the private call. Just want to share with the public as well. Things is forming. This is Home Depot. Alright, this is Home Depot. So if you guys want, you guys can go and consider about it. Home Depot. Okay. Firstly, we can see that the price is supported by 200-day moving average. Correct or not? Alright, this is what I mentioned. Price supported by 200 moving average. So entry price is between 290 to 295. Last closing is 295. Okay. If by Monday the price did not cap up too much, is within the range, there is still chances to enter. Stop loss is 270 and TP is 320, 330. Alright, firstly, like I said, we always trade according to the trend. So people have not been paying attention. If you are first time here, just to guide you, what do I mean by trade with the trend? When the market pull back, you enter in. Pull back, you enter in. Pull back, you enter in. Alright, right now the market has pulled back to 200 days, you should enter in. Correct or not? So pull back, you enter in, and you are riding with the major trend at this moment. Alright, so this is called trading with the trend itself, and this is the weekly chart basis. It's kind of like strong with the 200-day support there. Alright, if you want to, hopefully you guys enjoy. Take note, 27 May. This is the call. Alright, so let me write out 4th June, sharing private call to public. Alright, so right on the up, right with the weekly trend and enter at the between 290 to 295, which supported by 200 days MA. Okay, so it's the same. So just want to evidence at least is provided. Correct or not? So hopefully you guys enjoy this takeaway for next week itself. Alright, so that's all for this week weekly market update. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I will see you guys next week again. Thank you very much. Remember to share and like or to subscribe to my YouTube channel too. Goodbye.